Initial impressions of the offense. I need to look at the film, but
yeah, I didn't feel like we performed as well as we have in some other practices and scrimmages this spring. Positives: we didn't throw any interceptions. We did have one fumble, a costly one at the end of a drive when we were going in to score. So that was probably the biggest negative. We eliminated some of the penalties that we had last week, had much fewer penalties. We'll have to look at the film and check the missed assignments and that sort of thing. We just didn't make as many plays as we have at other times, both in the run game and the passing game, and didn't really get into rhythm the way that I'd like to. And I think it started with not being as efficient on first down as we'd like to be. We had too many times where we didn't get enough on 1st and 10, and so then we were looking at 2nd and 8, and we just kind of got out of rhythm. And so didn't have a great start. The first half in particular wasn't great, but we kind of gathered ourselves at halftime, and I told the guys at halftime this is a positive to actually see how we respond when we haven't played as well and made the plays that we have at other times. So we came out after the half. I think guys were a little bit more composed, a little bit more relaxed, and we played better in the second half.
Thoughts on the quarterbacks, the two competing for the starting job in particular?
I'll have to watch the film before I really have much to say on that.
In regards to the ball security, if guys are putting the ball on the turf, will they continue to see reps?
It depends how often they put the ball on the turf. We haven't had anyone who's been a habitual offender, so that's a positive, but everyone matters.
In your offense, do you prefer a workhorse every down back or by committee?
I'm okay with either, and I've had success with both. It just kind of depends on what you have. If you've got one guy that's clearly better than the rest, then I'm great giving him most of the carries. If you have 2 or 3 guys who are similar in terms of their effectiveness, then I'm more than happy to do that, even if it means slightly different roles. Some guys run different plays better than others. So history has shown that both approaches can be effective.
What do you have here?
I don't know yet.
It's getting close.
Yeah, we are.
What did you make of the offensive line today, and particularly at center, where it looks like you got a nice little 3-way battle?
Yeah, we do have a nice battle going there, as well as some other spots. I can't say too much until I watch the film, particularly regarding the offensive line. Sometimes you think it wasn't great, and then you watch the film and it's better than you thought, and vice versa. And then sometimes you just might have 1 or 2 guys who didn't play great that kind of fouled some things up. And I couldn't really answer any of those specific questions till I have a chance to watch the film.
You just started working Louis back in a little bit. What have you made of him?
Yeah, he's making gradual progress, and we're hopeful that he'll be able to get involved again. I think he'd be able to help us.
Can this be a big play offense, and is that just dependent on your playmakers, or is it dependent on execution, or kind of a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. Certainly, guys that are fast and can go up and get the ball when it's thrown up in the air certainly help you with that. I would hope that we have a system that'll create some big plays as well. So I think it's some of both.
Do you have some playmakers, do you think?
I think so. I don't know if we've got that one guy who's going to necessarily go the distance, and he's a guy that the defense is saying, this guy right here is the guy we need to worry about and always know where he is. I think we have a group that has the potential to play well together, and if they play well together, then they'll have opportunities for big plays. But I don't know that we have that one guy at this point.
What do you make of the tight ends and their kind of their role in the offense from what you've seen?
Well, it's interesting. We've played a number of different guys there, and we've got great competition going there. Probably more so than most people realize. You've got JJ, who's a great blocker and has become a better receiver. We've also given Addison Pulsifer some work at tight end from offensive line. He's a guy that's a little bit lighter, and we felt like could help bring a little bit more beef to that position when we want to go heavy. And so he's done some good things and actually catches the ball okay. And then we've got some guys who are built a little bit more in the receiving mode in Moroni and Holker and Bushman, but are becoming better blockers as well. And I think all 3 of those guys have potential to be the kind of guys that can be dual threats and do a little bit of all of it. So we really have 5 guys who are getting a lot of reps there, and it'll be interesting to see who gets most of those reps when we get to game day.